Hello. This video is on the next step of the behavior process, which is a behavior reflection which the student fills out. So if we just go back to our overview, the student breaks a rule or has some sort of behavior in the classroom that needs to be noted. The teacher will notify the admin about that behavior by filling out the behavior referral form. And now if the student is sent to the office, that student is going to fill out a behavior reflection form. If you'd like to use this form in your classroom, you're more than welcome to. Just let me know and I can send you a copy as well. Okay, so basically this behavior reflection form is going to be filled out by a student when they get to the office. This is really good for a few different reasons. It's going to help me to get an overview of their perspective of a situation or incident prior to them even coming to see me. So I'll be able to read through their behavior reflection to kind of see what they were thinking before they come into my office and talk to me. It also gives me a chance to logistically get to my office if I'm in either the middle school or high school, the opposite building. And then it also gives the student a chance to just vent a little bit, just get it off their chest, just settle down and kind of get ready to meet with me mentally. I think I've seen it be very, very helpful. It's also nice as a jumping off point for the discussion that I'll have. Oh, I see you said here, blah, 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 and then we can go through that. Okay, some people are able to write things down and make more sense of things than if they just, talk. They go around and around and around. This kind of alleviates that problem. So this is what the form looks like. I'm going to go through the actual form itself, which looks like this. The first section is just the student is going to fill out their name. It then takes the student through an antecedent section. And again, this is not you filling this out. This is the student filling out. When the behavior occurred, were you by yourself? No one else was around. Were you by yourself? Others were in the area. Were you with a small group or were you with a large group of people? This is going to help us to see trends in, okay, the student tends to make bad decisions around large groups of people, or the student tends to have behavior problems when they're by themselves and no one else is around. So it'll help us to see those. What was the noise level you were supposed to be at? Maybe it was supposed to be quiet in the classroom and they were loud. Maybe it was loud and that noise makes them out of control. It's again going to help us see some trends. It's going to ask the student, why do you think the behavior may have occurred? Was it a power struggle? Was it for attention from their peers? Maybe it was revenge, avoidance, boredom. Were you angry at something else going on? Are you not having your physical needs met? Hangry is a thing, people. Did you not understand that the behavior was wrong? Did you not consider the consequence? What staff were around you? I'm going to write blah, 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 so we can keep moving. That's a required one. Which of the following did a staff member do? So this is going to be those same exact things that we talked about to help the student understand, like, oh yeah, my teacher did stare at me. My teacher did clear their throat. I maybe should have, checked myself before I wrecked myself at that point. Oh yeah, that's right. They did do all of these verbal things to remind me. And again, we went through these, so I'm not going to go through them again aloud. Okay, so once they kind of go over that antecedent, I see I should have clicked one here and didn't. Sorry about that. Now we'll go through the actual behavior. So now the student is going to be able to explain or describe the behavior that occurred, causing them to fill out this section. So I'm just going to make something up so we can keep moving. It is a required question. This says what rule policy was being broken or was below the line. So trying to tie into those culture of champions. Maybe I was tardy. Whatever it was, I'm going to click there. How did you hurt it? Our culture of champions. I didn't keep it positive. I didn't show leadership or make healthy choices. I didn't try to work harder and get better. I wasn't safe. I wasn't responsible. I wasn't respectful. Whatever it was, the student will fill that out. That's talking about the actual behavior. Next section are the consequences of the behavior. So how did the behavior affect you? Oh, okay, that's right. I missed what we were talking about in class. How did the behavior affect the students around you? Oh, that's right. Students really couldn't learn because I was making a bad decision. And then how did it affect the staff? Oh yeah, she got very frustrated. I'm sure that was hard. Hopefully these are the things going through their head. Next, they'll go through the next section, which is talking about the future. This is which of the following things that you can control, because we can't control everything, which of the things that you can control need to change for the future so this situation doesn't happen again. Remember, we can't control other people's words, actions, ideas, and efforts, but we can control our own. Okay, so next time I need to really work on my actions, and I really need to stop having those thoughts before I make that decision. What can we do to avoid the behavior in the future? Okay, maybe I could do a breathing technique, maybe I could avoid the trigger, sympathize with another person, exercise and meditate, I could yell or scream. We'll have places they can do that. That's not in your room. They can punch a pillow, I've seen be used, talk to someone, distract yourself, cry, bubble wrap, popping balloons, journal and reflect, paint, stress ball, or a tchotchke, something like that. What's the things the student is really going to be thinking about here? What can I do to make sure that it doesn't get to that level where I make a bad decision again? And then the last section says, is there anything else we need to do to fix the situation? So, okay, maybe I do need to apologize to the teacher. Maybe I do need to practice the correct behavior. Maybe I do need to make up some lost time that I missed in class. So the students will really think about that future in this section. After that, the student's done with the form. They'll click submit. If I'm not there yet in the office, and they are in the office, they'll just wait quietly for me to come. I'll look this over and then call them in, and we'll go through it together, which is the next step in the next video.